Thanks everyone for tuning in to another newly listed on the CSE clip. Today I am talking to Matt Bailey, and Matt is the founder and CEO of GameOn Entertainment Technologies Inc. GameOn Entertainment Technologies is part of the Victory Square portfolio, and GameOn has just listed with us on the CSE. Matt, thank you so much for your time. How are you?
I'm excellent. Very excited. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the opportunity.
Of course. Matt, why don't we start off by you talking to us and our audience a little bit about GameOn Entertainment Technologies. What is the vision behind this company and what do you do?
So the vision behind GameOn is to work with the biggest and most watched content providers in the world. So that's anything from sports, teams, leagues, sports books, to entertainment, TV networks, broadcasters, OTT platforms. And the way that we work with them is by making their content more social and engaging through white labeled TV and mobile apps. An example of our technology are prediction games and various other pieces of technology that again helps make their content more engaging and social.
Got it. And I know in our conversations, the company is part of the Victory Square Technologies portfolio and umbrella. What was the strategy behind taking GameOn Entertainment public?
So the first goal with doing this was we wanted to expose Game On to as many people as possible, and really saw this as an exciting way to do that, and to allow as many of those people as possible to participate in the upside of Game On. So give them the opportunity to invest and actually be part of the ride. A big part of it is obviously to access capital in a way that the private market doesn't allow, and we were able to close a $5.8 million pre-IPO financing, and then to leverage that capital and our stock to execute M&A transactions as a strong part of our strategy. So it was very clear from the start that Victory Square were the right partner to do that with. You know, we wouldn't have done this if we didn't have a really strong partner with a track record of doing this by our side. And they have been by our side, kind of executing on that vision. So excited for the next step and to continue progressing the company.
Absolutely. Matt, I want to ask you, what brought you into this space? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so my background is first I was in broadcast when I was back in Australia. Then when I moved to the US, I got into sports. I worked for the Brooklyn Nets and Barclays Center for a long time. Also worked in the agency world and in the music festival world, but always in a brand partnership, revenue generating, deal making role. So that's kind of the strong suit that I bring to the company. And yeah, we started working on Game On a few years ago because we wanted to be a cog in the wheel of the sports betting wave that we could see happening, and we wanted to be at that free-to-play part of the funnel.
Got it. Matt, are there any key team members that you guys have put together as part of the team?
Absolutely. Team is everything to us, and we've really spent the last 6 months building our roster. I'd say 9 months ago it was just 3 of us, wearing a ton of different hats. But now with actual resources and access to capital, we've really focused the last 6 months on growing the team. That started at board level. If you look at our chairman, Jay Moses, who came on board is coming on board now as we're listing. He is the Grand Theft Auto creator, and he's still on the board of Take-Two Interactive, who ultimately acquired Grand Theft Auto. And he's also on our board. Obviously, Take-Two is one of the biggest and most successful public gaming companies in the world. Really lucky to have him driving the business with us. But then around him We have guys like Liz Schimmel and Kerry Dillon, who also come from really strong media and sports backgrounds. That's our board. But then even on our advisory team, we have 2 former DraftKings guys on our board. On our advisory board. We also have Tim Cahill, who represented Australia at 4 World Cups for soccer, and now is very heavily into the business world. He's also an ambassador to the FIFA World Cup. He's there. We've really built a very strong network on our board of directors and advisors, and then that trickles down also into our day-to-day team. Our chief product officer, Santi Jaramillo, comes from a strong gaming background. So he spent 10 years building FIFA, EA Sports, and then more recently headed up sports at Dapper Labs. So he was responsible for conceiving, pitching, and ultimately producing Top Shot, which we're NBA Top Shot, which we've all seen the massive success. So he's quarterbacking our product right now. So that's what we've done over the last 6 months, is really focused on building out the team, guys who are awesome at what they do. And we're very proud of the team. And that's one of our competitive advantages, is the incredible team we have driving the business day to day.
Perfect. Definitely, this is a very competitive industry and space, and having a strong team, like you just mentioned, is a key factor. Are there any other any other factors that you would say differentiate a team like yours from some of your peers in this space?
For sure. So as I mentioned, team and people, is the first one that I look at the people around us, and I'm in meetings and conversations sometimes, and I literally think we can't lose with this group of people around us. But, I think more than others in our space, we're really pushing the boundaries and at the forefront of innovation of engagement technology for content providers. For example, not only are we pushing the boundaries of what you can predict, such as reality TV versus sports, but also what you can predict on TV first screen versus second screen mobile. So we really see that as a really strong differentiator as well. And then later this month, we're going to be announcing another layer to our prediction games. That's going to be a first in the space. And I can't really speak too much about what it is just yet. We will be coming out with an announcement. You might want to look at the backgrounds of our team to kind of have a guess of, or a hint of what that is. But that innovation that we've already shown, we're going to be showing that tenfold and looking to be first to market with a few other different layers that we're going to tie into our prediction games.
Perfect. Matt, you've obviously touched on some milestones investors and our viewers can look out for. Where can they go to keep up with information, not only on your upcoming news, but on this strong team that you guys have built to back the company?
Yeah. So you can check out GameOn.app, which is our website. If you want to reach out to me directly, feel free to do so, Matt@GameOn.app. We will have a few really exciting milestones to announce shortly. One being that innovative product that I mentioned. Another being a new partner in the content space that's going to signal our first international expansion to a pretty massive market and a pretty massive sport. So really excited to announce that soon. We'll also be announcing a few new people on our team and advisory board. So keep an eye out to GameOn.app. Also, follow our socials, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We'll be announcing everything there. And if anyone ever has any questions, my virtual door is open. So feel free to reach out anytime.
Matt, thanks for being so accessible to not only any potential investors that might have questions, but to existing shareholders as well. And just in general to help be there to answer any questions people might have about your team, company, and the technology. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and educate us a little bit about GameOn and what do you guys do. We look forward to watching your team grow, and much success to you and your team.
Thank you so much, Anil. I look forward to keeping in touch.
Perfect. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for tuning in to another newly listed on the CSE. Please feel free to hit like and share this content, and hit subscribe if you haven't already.